at a time, and that adds up. Well, I'll tell you what, if you get a Soda Stream, they're about $100 at Bed Bath and Beyond. You have your little machine. It's wireless. You could make soda in your bathroom if you so desired to. You have your little carbonator. You fill the bottle. You have your special bottles that it comes with. You never have to recycle. So you just fill your bottle up with water, and then you're going to carbonate it, and then put your soda mix in there. It's just and you have so many flavors that you can choose from. You like Coke or Pepsi. Well, they have cola, and I mean that's almost as good as a Pepsi. I tell you what. So definitely get one. It's pretty awesome. And you know what else is pretty awesome though? Kicking off 10 in a row. We're gonna do that. We're gonna hear the latest from. We are gonna hear. I don't know about the latest, but we're gonna hear Josh Thompson way out there. That's gonna kick it off, or way out here. That's gonna kick it off. Also, Tracy Lawrence, If the World Had a Front Porch, and Cowboys and Angels from Dustin Lynch. It's all coming up next on today's Hot New Country B105.7. It's that time again. Here comes another 10 in a row of today's Hot New Country on B105.7.
Our houses are protected by the good Lord and a gun. And you might meet them both if you show up here, not welcome, son. Our necks are burnt, our roads are dirt, and our trucks ain't clean. The dogs run loose, we smoke, we chew and fry everything out here, way out here. We won't take a dime if we ain't earned it. When it comes to weight, brother, we pull our own. If it's our backwoods way of living you're concerned with, you can leave us alone. We're about John Wayne, Johnny Cash, and John Deere, way out here. We got a fight inside a mile wide, but we pray for peace, because it's mostly us that end up serving overseas. If it was up to me, I'd love to see this country run like it used to be, like it ought to be, just like it's done out here, way out here. 'Cause we won't take a dime if we ain't earned it. When it comes to weight, brother, we pull our own. If it's our backwoods way of living you're concerned with, you can leave us alone. 'Cause we're about John Wayne, Johnny Cash, and John Deere, way out here, way out here. Comes to weight, brother, we pull our own. If it's our backwoods way of living you're concerned with, you can leave us alone. 'Cause we're about John Wayne, Johnny Cash, and John Deere. Yeah, John Wayne, Johnny Cash, and John Deere, way out here. Way out here. Our houses are protected by the good Lord and a gun. And you might meet them both if you show up here not welcome, son.
Where my mama sat on that old swing with her crochet. It was where Granddaddy taught me how to cuss and how to pray. It was where we made our own ice cream those sultry summer nights, where the bulldog had her puppies and us brothers had our fights. There were many nights I'd sit right there and look out at the stars, through the sound of a distant whippoorwill or the hum of a passing car. And it was where I first got up the nerve to steal me my first kiss. And it was where I learned to play guitar and pray I had the gift. If the world had a front porch like we did back then, we'd still have our problems, but we'd all be friends. Your next of kin wouldn't be gone with the wind. If the world had a front porch like we did back then. Purple hulls and pintos I've shelled more than my share. There's lightning bugs and crickets danced in the evening air, and like a beacon that old yellow bull, it always led me home. Somehow mama always knew just when to leave it on. If the world had a front porch like we did back then, we'd still have our problems, but we'd all be friends. Treating your neighbor like he's your next of kin wouldn't be gone with the wind. If the world had a front porch like we did back then, treating your neighbor like he's your next of kin wouldn't be gone with the wind. Porch like we did back then.
Today's Hot New Country B105.7 are inside 10 in a row. Here's Chris Cagle and Let There Be Cowgirls. Coming up, Dustin Lynch, David Nail, Toby Keith, and Eric Church, all on the way on today's Hot New Country B105.7.
Very first day the Lord sat down and saw fit to say, let there be light, so he could tell the daytime from the night. And then he spoke again, we felt the wind come rolling in, smelled the rain, it soaked everything. And then the mountains rose up across the Great Plains, and all the angels up in heaven started singing, all it's missing is a pretty thing. Let there be cowgirls for every cowboy, and make them strong as any man. Lordy, something you can't tame, she's a Mustang, the heartbeat of the heartland. She's got a draw, y'all, yeah, she's the salt of the earth that rocks my world. Let there be cowgirls. Come on. me back in 68. The first time I met her, I was nearly 8 and she was 10. Her name was Little Kaylin. She was born to a farmer who was friends with my father. I was in love with a sharecropper's only daughter. Thought I was in, he made me think again. But when I turned 16, I thought it couldn't get worse. I saw her riding on a horse and fell in love so bad it hurt. Let there be cowgirls for every cowboy, and make them strong as any man. Lordy, something you can't tame. She's a Mustang, the heartbeat of the heartland. She's got a draw, y'all, yeah, she's the salt of the earth that rocks my world. Let there be cowgirls. Come on. Let there be cowgirls. Let there be cowgirls. Let there be cowgirls for every cowboy, and make them strong as any man. Lordy, something you can't tame. She's a Mustang, the heartbeat of the heartland. She's got a draw, y'all, yeah, she's the salt of the earth that rocks my world. Let there be cowgirls. Ooh, let there be cowgirls. Come on. Little bitty cowgirl.
Today's Hot New Country B105.7. For Felicia and Orno, here's Trisha Yearwood and How Do I Live on today's Hot New Country B105.7.
How do I get through one night without you? If I had to live without you, what kind of life would that be? Oh, night, I need you in my arms, need you to hold. You're my world, my heart, my soul. If you ever leave, baby, you would take away everything good in my life. Without you, there'd be no sun in my sky. There would be no love in my life. There'd be no world